morning, everyone. Aloha. おはようございます。Thank you for watching our Taishoji live streaming service today. So yesterday was Halloween. So how did you spend Halloween yesterday? Actually, for me, my wife and my son and I wore the Spider-Man costume and enjoyed the Halloween yesterday. So I hope you enjoy your Halloween at your house. And moving on, today we will have our regular Sunday service. So after chanting the sutras, today Deacon Jigaku Takenouchi give a Dhamma talk. So let's pray for Buddha and cultivate our Zen mind and Buddha mind. 工場工芸学校工業運大変北海領事法無量参謀検問君少女です。Okay. At first, we will have Zazen, so Zen meditation for 1 minute. Please put your hand together in gassho and bow. Thank you very much. Next, Sampai, bow 3 times to Buddha. I go to the Buddha Next, page 32. Page 32. マカハンニャパラミタ心経。Next, page 245, 245, 8-fold tap. The Buddha Dharma is the realization within one's deepest consciousness of the oneness of all life. It is seeing into one's own nature. It is the way of the attainment itself. First, right view. We will strive to see things as they are, keep ourselves free from prejudice and delusion, and comprehend aright the true nature of life. Second, right intention. We will be aware of our thoughts because our words and our actions arise from our thoughts. We will cultivate the intention to bring happiness to all. Third, right speech. We will not indulge in pointless, foolish talk, but instead speak kindly and courteously to all. Fourth, right action. We will behave in ways that are peaceful, benevolent, compassionate, and conducive to happiness. Fifth, right livelihood. We will earn our living in a way that is honest and also beneficial to others. Sixth, right effort. We will direct our efforts to the overcoming of ignorance and unwholesome desires. Seventh, right mindfulness. We will keep our attention focused on the present moment. Eighth, right concentration. We will practice our meditation wholeheartedly. Next, page 252, 252, let's have one. We surround all beings with infinite love and compassion, to those in suffering and sorrow, to those in doubt and ignorance, to all who are striving to attain truth, and to all who are standing close to the great change we call death. We send forth oceans of wisdom, mercy, and love. Next, page 167. 167, softly blew the breezes. Thank you. Next is Dharma message by Deacon Jigaku Takenouchi.
Good morning, everyone. Ohayo gozaimasu. So, thank you for tuning in this week. Like every other week, we really appreciate it. It's a really important way for us to continue to provide a service for everyone. And we look forward to seeing your views and comments on Facebook. So, again, thank you for tuning in and watching us these Sundays for our new normal. So today I wanted to talk a little bit about myself and a little bit about what's going on and what I found from my Buddhist studies that sort of applies to everything with what's currently happening. So a lot of you may or may not know that I am planning to go to Japan in the near future to study at a monastery and hopefully be a minister in the future. And part of going to the monastery is preparing myself by trying to pick up a little bit more Japanese so that I can get by over there, but also learning the ways of life at a Soto Zen temple in Japan that are different from the ways that are practiced like in the American Soto Zen centers and even here in Hawaii. So during my studies, I came across the Vinaya Pitaka, or the monastic rules that monks and nuns are supposed to follow, but also it can apply to any layperson as well, or anyone in general. And in the studies, there was this story about tending to the sick. And in this story, Lord Buddha is going through a Buddhist encampment or through a little village of practitioners and monks. And he came across this monk who was, he had fallen and he was laying in his own feces. And the monk was suffering from dysentery. So in case you don't know, dysentery can be extreme bowel movements with a lot of pain and leads to dehydration quickly and can cause death. So Lord Buddha comes across this monk and he stops and he's like, "Oh brother, what's wrong?" And the monk tells him, "Lord Buddha, I have dysentery." And then he goes, "Where are your brothers? Is anyone helping you?" And he goes, "I am of no use to my community, Lord Buddha. No one is helping me because I am useless." And Lord Buddha, of course, looks at the monk and goes, "But you're part of this community and you're not useless. Everyone has something to contribute." So Lord Buddha was walking with the Venerable Ananda, one of Buddha's key disciples in history. And Buddha tells Ananda, "Go fetch water from the well and come back." While Ananda is doing that, Buddha stays with the monk, comforting him. And after Ananda gets back, they carry the monk to his home where Lord Buddha personally bathes the monk. After bathing the monk and making sure he's resting comfortably, he leaves the monk with Ananda and he goes further into the village and he starts asking questions, does so-and-so monk who lives on this section of the village, is anyone helping him? And one of the monks comes up to Lord Buddha and goes, "No, Lord Buddha, he's of no use to us. He has dysentery." And Lord Buddha tells him, "Attend others as you would attend me." And Buddha tells him that, there's no parents, there's no siblings, you only have each other. So, you should look out for each other because no one else is going to be there for you. So the Buddha returns back. This particular story stuck out for me this past week when I was reading it was because I work at a pharmacy. So I come across a lot of sick people. And a lot of times it can be very difficult. You try not to make judgments on people. You try to be as helpful as possible. Sometimes people are in pain, so they come a little irritated. They can be angry at you, even if it's not really at you. So you kind of have to learn to be compassionate towards others. And you have to learn that, we might not be blood family and we might not be related, but as a people, especially here in Hawaii, we're all family. You know, Hawaii Island especially, it's one big ohana where everyone sort of is connected to everyone else through someone, whether a cousin, a friend. So it's up to each other. It's up to all of us to look out for each other. And this past week, there was a lady outside of the store, and it was right before we opened, so it was still not too dark, but pretty dark. And she had forgotten her mask. So she was looking into the window to try to catch someone's attention on the inside, but of course the store hadn't opened yet. So a few minutes after we opened, she was still standing outside, and I was doing something where it led me away from the pharmacy for a few moments, and I saw that the lady was still outside. And no, I'm so sorry that you were outside, and no one approached you about this. So I provided her with a mask, and we walked to the back of the store where the pharmacy is located, and she was able to pick up her prescription. So that to me was kind of just resonated with the story of Lord Buddha taking care of this random monk in the village, and how here, especially now with our current circumstances, people are a little wary, a little hesitant to come up to each other and just show that human connection, and help each other out. So it really just kind of clicked with me that even though we should be cautious with everything that's going on, and there's a lot that we don't know about the virus that's currently affecting us, that we should still be humans and still look out for each other. So that was one of the things in my study that I came across that it really moved me, and I was able to have an awakening of sorts when this was happening, because it automatically, after the encounter happened with this patient and she walked away, as soon as she left the counter, the first thing that came to my mind was the study of the sick monk. So Buddhist teachings are always there to guide us, and the way that Buddha laid out for us, can be easily realized if we're just compassionate towards each other. So that was just my one short story, and I hope to introduce another one to you in a few weeks, hopefully one that's relevant and something that I could experience firsthand. I want to take just 2 seconds to just remind everyone that voting is coming up. So make sure your voice is heard and you cast your ballots this week if you can. Mail-in is, a great option for that as well. But enough about that. I hope that everyone has a great Sunday, and I look forward to seeing you next week again. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next is page 18, Shomyo. Namu Shakamuni Shakamuni Namu Shakamuni Shakamuni Namu Shakamuni Butsu. Sampai. this concludes our Taishoji live streaming Sunday service. Thank you very much for watching. And next week, we decided to have in person our Sunday service. So, but this is only one time. So next week, our Sunday school decided to have an in-person service. So because person service. So next week, we have November 8th, 9 o'clock. We have in-person service. And when you come, so please come to temple with the face mask, and we check your temperature, and we do hand sanitizer, and 6 like social distance, and we will have our Sunday service. So I hope some member come and pray for Buddha together. Okay. And actually, we also have a following week, so November 15th, so we have our live streaming service again. Thank you very much. So thank you very much for watching today. So have a great day. Mahalo.